Hey, good morning. Welcome to the morning brief. Why watch? Because my morning brief gives you the market information that will affect your trading, like the news and key market levels before you start trading. Let's take a look at news. Forexfactory.com calendar. And by the way, you can use any economic calendar. Bloomberg.com has a calendar. CNBC has a calendar. CNN. They all have economic calendars. It doesn't matter which one you use. Just find one that's going to give you the scheduled news releases during the day. Here at 8:30, we had advanced GDP quarter on quarter. And you can see here that it was 1.5 versus 2.1. Not good. We're not growing as fast as we are expected to grow. Core PCE inflation. This is an inflation index. It's 0.1%, less than 0.2. In a way, that's good because that means the core prices are not as bad as we thought, but it's still a positive number, which means we still have inflation. Advanced GDP price index quarter over quarter, 6.2% versus 4.1. Now, how are we getting different numbers between advanced GDP and advanced GDP price index? Well, they're two different things. One is about GDP, the other is about price. Look at that. 6.2 versus 4.1. Big miss. Price is going up. Not good. Unemployment claims, 197,000 versus 201. That's pretty much in line. No worries there. Personal income, less than expected. Not good. Personal spending, positive personal spending, less than expected. That's kind of a good thing wrapped in a bad thing. Personal spending is a bad thing. If you're personally spending, if it's contributing to the economy, it's a good thing. So, yeah, it's kind of a mixed number. At 10:30, we have natural gas storage. Moving on, no more news past 10:30 that is scheduled. Going to look at charts. Here we have the daily chart. You can see the nasty day yesterday. Now, if you have done your homework, you would know that almost every single Fed day, a day when the Federal Reserve announces interest rates, that we have a big movement. And it is almost always, very, very carefully worded there, almost always reverses the next day. So if you've done your homework, you know that this big, bad, ugly day will probably be followed by an up day. That is because the market overreacts. And then it goes, oh, wait a minute, we overreacted. It's not as bad as we thought. So this is not unsurprising that we would see this kind of gap up. In fact, it's pretty predictable. Ugly day on heavy volume. Normally, I would say this is not good. And it isn't good. We broke these series of lows, and as we bounce here, notice that this, what was originally support, is now resistance. If we come back up here, that's an opportunity to short. If it comes back up to where support was resistance, resistance was support, you get the idea. We are still below the 50 and the 20-day moving average, but we are still above the 200-day moving average. So long term, we are bullish. Medium term, we are sideways. And short term, we are definitely down in the short term. Taking a look at the inventory from yesterday. So very interesting information. We had heavy down process, down price action, but at the very end of the day, buyers came in. Now, who do you think these buyers are that came in? Look at this. They came in on this last hour of trading where we had the big bar down. Well, these are the guys that did their homework. They started buying in here knowing that we were going to gap up the next day because that is the pattern. So if you are smart enough to do a little bit of research and find these types of patterns, you can get an edge and you'll be with the big boys. The big boys are positioning themselves in the last hour for the possibility, the high probability that you're going to see a up day, at least off of the open. So there you have it. Looking at the overnight action, approximately 73 points. 73 things way above the historical average. Volatility is nuts. Yeah, it is what it is. Moving on, taking a look at where is support and resistance. So we have resistance on the top side. 7,400 is the big number. We got above that briefly. 7,400, 74.13, 74.25, 74.43. The whole number there, 74.50, and then going on up to 74.57. Where do we have support on the bottom side? So on the bottom side, we have 73.50, whole number, 73.38, 73.31, which is the overnight low. Yesterday's low, 73.24. We get below yesterday's low, it gets really nasty. We got about 7,300, and below that, it's look out below. So there you have the support and resistance numbers for today. The Stock Trader's Almanac is 61.9%. 61.9% chance the market will be up today. Imagine that. From the Stock Trader's Almanac. Remember to subscribe and like. See you tomorrow. Happy trading. Hey, thanks for watching the Morning Brief. Check out my website for more information, oneononetrading.com. Take a look at the Troy levels, a trade location finder for the futures markets. Help you find those levels of support and resistance that are just so hard to find. I also do personal coaching and mentorships. So go ahead and take a look at my website, oneononetrading.com. Thanks.